Welcome to Subramani. Why do I do these videos? Do people come and hear me, listen to me, and act on it? I have my doubts, but it gives me great satisfaction in making videos. I sometimes look at what Warren Buffett says, and I think to myself, this man is spending so much effort in telling you things which are good for you. Not that everything that he says is good, a lot of it is marketing, but there are certain things which he says which are good for you. One is do not leverage. Right, he says do not treat the stock market as a casino. He has said this many times, and do we listen to him? The answer is no. We don't have the patience to listen to him. We want to get rich much quicker, because we don't have time on our side. We need all this to happen tomorrow. So we do an F&O, we do a leverage buying and things like that, and now we have data to prove that 90% at least, 90% of the people who do F&O lose money. That is what the SEBI report says, and I think it is wrong. It should be more like 99 rather than 90. Something is wrong with the data, but let us assume that it is 90%. So which means you're telling somebody, you're going to cross this road, you're going from here to here, 90% of the people get hit by a truck. Would you go? I think you'd rather go walk up, climb a stairs, use an overbridge, foot overbridge, and reach the other side, right? When data is like that, that is how you will do. However, somebody is incentivized enough to keep the data like that and make sure that enough people cross the road. Who are those people? Somebody who is benefiting by you are doing F&O. Who are the beneficiaries? The first beneficiary, of course, is Sarkar, because they charge you STT, and the huge part of the 35,000 crore or 40,000 crore STT that they get is from the F&O players. So the government of India loves you. Don't believe that they're going to do anything different. They're going to keep it exactly as it is. Second, SEBI, our regulator, has a lot of revenue coming. There's a turnover tax, and so therefore SEBI has absolutely no interest in stopping it. Third is of course the stock exchange through which you are buying and selling, and the world's biggest casino is located very much within our Mumbai city, and they earn a lot of money, and their share value keeps going up simply because people go, and it is one of the biggest places for F&O. So these are the three people who make money, apart from your own broker who makes some small bit of money because he does a fixed charge, and the YouTubers who so many YouTubers who come and tell you what to buy, how to buy options, and how to make, or take a very simple thing, just write options. When you write options, you can't lose money, right? So time to time, Warren Buffett has said things like do not borrow, do not buy exotic investments which you do not understand, do not invest money that you do not already have, which means again no leverage, not just no F&O, but also don't go to a bank, borrow money and buy shares against it, and they will give it to you exactly when you want it. When you're going to execute 100 shares buy, they will tell you, given your track record, etc., etc., you can buy 400 shares, not just 100 shares. So they tempt you right at the time when you're clicking the button, right? When Buffett says don't treat it like a casino, he means it very seriously, because he says once he put a slot machine in his house and gave the pocket money to his children in dimes, and by evening he had got back all the money, because they found it very tempting. The machine is inside the house, your pocket money has come to you in dimes, which means you can just keep playing the game. So they kept playing the game and finished the money, right? So and Buffett says this is what happens when people get the money and they get opportunity to lose. And do we have opportunity to lose in India? Oh boy, you name it. There is some casino wanting to use your money. There are some cricket games which want you to play and lose money. Then of course there is the F&O where people want you to come and lose money. So there is absolutely no shortage of opportunities to lose money. Market is one of them, and you cannot stop people from coming into the market and losing money. Like I said, there is too much of vested interest, too much of money to be made by NSE, SEBI and Sarkar. Just like tobacco, government will keep saying, oh, tobacco is bad and things like that, but it is a place from where they get money. They've recently increased the excise on tobacco. right? Will they bring, will they ever ban tobacco? Will they ever sell off all the shares in ITC and say LIC and Government of India has no business being in the cigarette business? Will they do that? Extremely doubtful. They get their excise, they get their dividends, they will not be in a hurry to sell it at all. So there is always a vested interest. There is nobody interested in making you stop gambling, because if I am making money by your gambling, why would I ever advise you to do it, right? There is a conflict of interest. If I were a shareholder of NSE, would I ask you to stop gambling? Answer is no. So Sarkar will not ask you to stop gambling. It is up to you to understand the risks of gambling and then stop it on your own. It's your challenge, not the government's challenge. Government will not help you in this matter. They are making money holding onto shares of NSE and getting STT. Buffett has been advising people against borrowing and investing, and so have been many big investors, right? If you don't have the discipline of a Rakesh Jhunjhunwala while investing, you should not leverage like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. When a Dhirubhai Ambani borrows money in Reliance to build, he has some kind of a plan knowing how he is going to repay it. If you do not have any of these plans, you have no business at all borrowing. Borrowing for buying shares or borrowing for investing is completely insane. Don't even think of doing it, right? FINRA, which is the Financial Industry Regulating Authority in US, says that the borrowed money which is getting invested is about $1,000 billion. That's not a small amount of money, right? So as of August, they had this kind of a figure, and it is approaching a new kind of a record by April. It should create a new record if trends have to be believed. The problem with the debt and margin call is when the margin call happens, you will lose all your money, right? You have leveraged say 10 times or 5 times. It's very easy to get 5 times in India. So if it falls 20%, your shares are wiped out unless you can add margin. So what happened now in the Adani group is not just that the shareholders were selling, but the shareholders who had pledged their shares with the banks were selling, which was a margin call. If I have borrowed 100 rupees, paying 20 rupees borrowing, and I make a 40 rupee loss, there is no way how the lender is going to wait for me to recover that 20 rupees, right? So he will sell off the minute he sees that it has fallen below 80. He'll just sell off and recover all that he has to recover. Apart from, if there's a gap, he will recover that also from you. So understand that margin calls are very expensive. It is very profitable for the banker, but never ever profitable for you. Even if you've got 1 or 2 transactions right, it does not mean it's a great way to be making money. So don't do that. Don't leverage. I think leveraging and to invest is just a tax on ignorance, like your F&O. If you don't know what you're doing, you're definitely there to lose money, right? So be careful. Don't be in a hurry to get rich. There is no such route. Getting rich has to be done slowly. Thank you.